Hello again, my friends, my fellow historians, and my fellow ocean liner lovers. In particular, my fellow lovers of the SS United States. I'd like to welcome you to another video, an update in the situation with the ship, and today is July 2nd of 2025. As we look at the beautiful SS United States via the live cam from Fox 10 News, they got a camera in downtown Mobile, Alabama from the Admiral Hotel. There's been an update as well on the docket. So we move now to the latest update. It says the docket was updated 12 hours ago, and again, today is July 2nd of 2025. So for Monday, June 30th of 2025, they've got document number 27. This is the notice pursuant to Local Rule 7.1J by New York Coalition to Save the Steamship United States Incorporated, Re 16 motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim, and incorporated memorandum of law filed by James Maloney. Now, when we go to take a look at this document, this is document 27, and it was filed on June 30th of 2025. United States District Court, Northern District of Florida, Pensacola Division. This is the notice pursuant to Local Rule 7.1. The plaintiff hereby gives notice of the following two supplemental authorities, attaching copies of relevant documents. One is the United States Supreme Court's June 27, 2025 decision in Trump versus CASA, which reaffirmed the federal courts have flexible, albeit not freewheeling, equitable authority, those sorts of equitable remedies traditionally accorded by courts of equity at our country's inception. And two, the Oregon State's Joint Memorial 10. This passed in the body on May 23rd of 2025. And as of June 27, 2025, the last day of the current legislative session before recess had been referred to the House Rules Committee, and it shows a link. And when we click on the link, you're brought to the Oregon State Legislature page, and it shows the 2025 regular session. And in an overview, it shows a little bit of the information. And I'll read you the bill title. Urging the President, the Executive Director of the Maritime Administration, and Congress to purchase the SS United States. Designated as a National Historic Landmark, restore it and name it the flagship of our nation. Urges the President of the United States, the Executive Director of the Maritime Administration of the United States Department of Transportation, and the Congress of the United States to purchase the SS United States from Okaloosa County, Florida, using funds transferred from the United States Department of Defense, designated as a national landmark, restore it to its full working condition, and name it the official flagship of our nation. And again, I'll put this link in the description if you want to go over it. Respectfully submitted on this 30th day of June, James M. Maloney. And he's got the certificate of service, and it's signed on the bottom. So that's document number 27. So now, when we look at the attachment, there's an attachment number 1, the appendix, United States Supreme Court, June 27th of 2025 decision in Trump versus CASA. Now, when we look at this is document 27. This was filed on June 30th of 2025, and this is 119 pages. So I'm certainly not going to read this to you, page word for word. But I'm going to do a little bit of information to kind of group or summarize what they're talking about. So the whole Trump versus CASA, this in the United States Supreme Court case addressing whether the lower court judges have the authority to issue universal injunctions or to block the enforcement of policies nationwide. On June 27, 2025, the court ruled that in a 6-3 decision that universal injunctions were in excess of the judiciary power unless necessary to provide the formal plaintiff with complete relief. Writing for the majority, Justice Amy Coney Barrett emphasized that complete relief for a plaintiff was distinct from universal relief, impacting all similar situations nationwide. While the case did not exactly address birthright citizenship in the United States, it centered on several universal injunctions blocking Executive Order 14160. This was issued by President Donald J. Trump to redefine the government's understanding of the Citizenship Clause. 3 district court judges issued universal preliminary injunctions to block the order nationwide while the case proceeded through the legal system. The government's appeal to the Supreme Court argued that district judges should only be allowed to block enforcement with respect to the specific challenges filing a given lawsuit. The Supreme Court consolidated the appeals into Trump v. CASA. In its ruling, the court issued partial stays on existing injunctions, except for those that were parties to the case. The opinion did not address the constitutionality of the birthright citizenship executive order and left open the ability for plaintiffs to pursue class-wide relief through class action lawsuits. So that's basically like a quick summary of what that was. Again, I'll put the link if you want to read the whole 119 pages. So that was attachment 1. Now when we go to attachment number 2, this is document 27-2. And this is 2 pages, and this is a engrossed Senate Joint Memorial 10, ordered by the Senate on May 23rd, including Senate amendments dated from May 23rd. So looking at the body now. So the joint memorial is as follows. To the President of the United States, the Executive Director of the Maritime Administration of the United States Department of Transportation, and the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled. We, your memorialists, the 83rd Legislative Assembly of the State of Oregon and legislative session assembled respectfully represent as follows. Whereas the SS United States, built in 1950 and 1951, was the flagship of the United States lines, and it is known with deep affection as America's flagship. And whereas, in 2025, the SS United States hold the Blue Ribbon Award for the highest average speed crossing the Atlantic Ocean in either direction, a record she has set on her maiden voyage in July of 1952. And whereas the SS United States was designed by American naval architect William Francis Gibbs, following the conclusion of World War II, during which conflict, Gibbs and his company had designed more than 70% of all American ships deployed. And whereas at 990 feet in length, the SS United States is the largest ocean liner ever built entirely in this country. And whereas the SS United States is one of the most graceful ships ever constructed, it remains one of our nation's finest engineering marvels, with groundbreaking innovations in steam propulsion, hull form, fire safety, and damage control. And whereas from the RMS Queen Mary, which has been permanently moored in Long Beach, California since December of 1967, the SS United States is the only ocean liner still afloat that remains the evocative multi-stack look associated with the most renowned ocean liners in history. This would include such notable vessels as the RMS Titanic, RMS Olympic, and RMS Lusitania, the SS Normandy, and whereas, due to the lack of availability funding to complete the restoration of the SS United States, this vital example of American ingenuity is currently in Mobile, Alabama, in preparation for being transported to Destin, Florida, which is scheduled to be sunk off the Florida's Gulf Coast and become part of the world's largest artificial reef. And whereas this would be a tragic loss for our nation and its great history, forever robbing future generations of the chance to experience the SS United States in her full glory. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Legislative Assembly of the State of Oregon that we, the members of the 83rd Legislative Assembly, respectfully urge the President of the United States, the Maritime Administration of the United States Department of Transportation, and the Congress of the United States to purchase the SS United States from Okaloosa County, Florida. This would be done using funds transferred from the United States Department of Defense, designate the SS United States as a national landmark, restore the SS United States to its full working condition as soon as it's practical, and name the SS United States as the official flagship of our nation. And be it further resolved that a copy of this memorial shall be sent to the President of the United States, to the Executive Director of the Maritime Administration of the United States Department of Transportation, to the Senate Majority Leader, to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and each member of the Oregon Congressional Delegation. So that is document number 27. So when we go back to the docket, the latest update was on July 1st, 2025, and that was Tuesday, so this would be yesterday. And now the docket is saying the action is required by District Judge Chambers of Judge M. Casey Rogers, notified that action is needed. Read 27 notice pursuant to Local Rule 7.1J. And of course, the document 27 is in reaction to document 26, which was the reply by Okaloosa County, Florida. So my friends, that is the latest as of right now, July 2nd, 2025, and that is the update of the docket for the court for New York Coalition to Save the Steamship United States Incorporated v. Okaloosa County, Florida. If there are any more updates, either to the condition of the ship or the court docket, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Once again, I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.